Welcome to this new lesson of P7, Term 1. We are still looking at our topic, the very first topic of P7, and that is school holidays. School holidays. And under school holidays, this time I want to take time and look at formation of adjectives. Formation of adjectives. I believe the introduction was already done in other classes. So basically today, our focus is on how the adjectives are formed. We have the word itself, adjectives. What are adjectives by definition? They are words that are used to describe nouns or pronouns. Adjectives are words that are used to describe nouns or pronouns. If you remember that, well and good. It means you're not starting from scratch. You have something to build on. That's why the teacher, not even the teacher in fact, the people who said for you what's supposed to be taught in this class, thought of formation of adjectives at this very point of P7. So we can form adjectives using, are they called suffixes or affixes? We have three words. We have an affix, a suffix, and a prefix. But today we are looking at this, much as it is got from this. So prefixes and suffixes are under affixes. Affixes are letters or groups of letters that are added to a word to change its meaning. Maybe I use the singular form for you to understand better. An affix is a letter or group of letters added to a word to change its meaning. What about this? They seem to be a bit similar. This one is a letter or group of letters added to the end. Added to the end of a word to change its meaning. So where do we find suffixes? They are at the end of a word. What about prefixes? Yeah. Prefix is the opposite of suffix, meaning you've already got it as a letter or group of letters added to the beginning. To the beginning of a word to change its meaning. So we use prefixes in other parts of speech, but for adjectives, we are we are focusing all our attention onto the end of a word, that's with suffixes. So we are using suffixes to form adjectives from different words. We are using suffixes today to form adjectives from different words. We have the word here and the adjective this side. But the first suffix we are looking at is suffix al. Suffix al. We are going to form adjectives using suffix al. Like I normally say, if teachers were to give examples, in fact, give you all examples you need in every area, then teaching would be hard. That's why we give 1, 2, 3, then we leave you to form the rest. As a learner, you need to make research. You can form the rest basing on what the teacher has given you as an example. So we have examples here, a few examples. That's why most of the lists we have here are ending in etc, meaning, and so on and so on. So there are many other adjectives you can think of that end in suffix al, as in our heading. So we can form adjectives using suffix al. From Bible, we can form the adjective as biblical. Biblical is our adjective from Bible. Bible is a noun, then center, which is a noun, has its adjective as central. Where is the al suffix? It's already there. Al suffix, it's already there. So from center we form the adjective as central. Then ancestor, those people who lived before you, or your ancestors. So from ancestor we form ancestral. You talk of an ancestral ground, that place where your family does all its burials from. is your ancestral ground. That's where all your ancestors were buried. Wherever you go, even before you were born, your ancestral ground. So ancestral is the adjective from ancestor. Mark the spelling change from OR, where we have TRAL. Before you think of the suffix, you have to swallow O, or you remove it and throw it somewhere. We do not form ancestor or ancestor, but we form ancestral as our adjective from ancestor. Next is music, which changes to an adjective and becomes musical. So you know these words I have listed, you've seen that they end in AL. So in this case, AL is the suffix or the letters that have been added to this word music to change its meaning from music noun to musical, which is an adjective. etc. meaning and many other words that belong to the same category. B. We can form adjectives from given words by adding suffix IC. We can use suffix IC to form adjectives from different words. Let's form this together. We have hero, which changes to heroic. Hero, we have added IC as our suffix to form heroic, which is an adjective. It's such a heroic act. A heroic act. Heroic is our adjective there from hero. Then hygiene. Hygienic. Hygienic is our adjective. Next, we have magnet, which I believe anyone can form. Magnet plus the suffix the teacher has given you. Magnet plus IC, forming the adjective as magnetic. We have the next word as apology in this list, which changes to apologetic. Apology, apologetic. You can sound apologetic to your teacher when you commit a crime. The way you go to ask for forgiveness, you should sound apologetic. Metal. Metal changes to the adjective and becomes metallic. Check the spelling change. You double C, mean you double L before you add your IC, which is your suffix. We have democracy, which is a noun. Practically most of these words this side are nouns in this category. Metal, metallic, metal is a noun, democracy is a noun, abstract noun, change into democratic. If you say Uganda is a democratic country, a country that practices democracy. Democratic is the adjective describing the noun country in that sentence. Uganda is a democratic country. The adjective used is democratic from democracy, meaning Uganda practices democracy. Empathy, empathetic. Empathy changes to empathetic. Then sympathy, having learned empathy, you can form the adjective from sympathy, and that should be sympathetic. Sympathetic is our adjective. Remember, we have been looking at how to form adjectives using suffix IC. Next is using suffix OUS. Very common here. Very common right from lower primary. We've been learning this stuff. Because I believe the word courage, courageous, not strange to you. Labor. We have labor, which changes to laborious. Laborious. Laborious tasks require a lot of work or a lot of labor, because labor means work. So a laborious task or a laborious activity requires you to use a lot of work while doing it. Our next word is disaster, which is a noun. Change it to an adjective, it becomes disastrous. Disastrous. OUS. Our suffix in this category is OUS, OUS, OUS. Don't forget that. A letter or group of letters added to the end of a word to change its meaning is a suffix. Marvel. is another noun, can also be a verb. Change it to marvelous. V-E-double-L if you are a Briton or US. If you are from Britain, use double L. If you are from US, you can use single L for marvelous. The next category of adjectives formed using suffixes, we have the ones that are formed using suffix Y. Using suffix Y to form adjectives. Like I said, in any category, you can think of other words that can turn into adjectives by adding suffix or US. It is very impossible to list all of them and put them in your book. Very impossible. For others, I advise you to continue making further research. You may use a dictionary, you may use someone who is maybe more informed than you in this area to add on to the list. So let's look at other examples, and these are for adjectives that are formed using suffix Y. Because we say the letter or group of letters added to the end of a word to change its meaning. Added to the end of a word. So we have this as a letter this time, not group of letters. Here we have a group of letters. The other side we had a pair, which is also a group. Here a pair. This time we have only one letter, and that is Y. We have the word this side. We are number one. The one number one is noun. Health, changing to healthy. From wealth, you can change to wealthy to create your adjective. Don't forget this, your suffix Y. Dust. Yeah. A room with dust. Oh, a room full of dust is a dusty room. Dust is our adjective modifying the noun room. A dusty room. Hill. Place that has a lot of hills is a hilly place. Or an area with a lot of hills is a hilly area. Then far. Far is a noun. F-U-R. And that's the kind of small hair, pieces of hair you find on an animal, even on a human being. Human beings have fur, if you're not aware. You can check your arm, you'll see fur somewhere there. So, do not think fur is such a strange word. Fur is that hair on your skin. F-U-R. So if you have a lot of fur, we can describe you as a furry person. F-U-R-R. Check the spelling change. F-U-R-R-Y. Furry. We have furry animals. Animals with a lot of fur. If you've ever seen a bear, it's one of them. Yes. What about an elephant? Compare an elephant and a bear. You discover one is furrier than the other. F-U-R-R-I-E-R. That's about comparison, but that is for the next chapter. Bears are furrier than elephants. We go. Thirst is the next adjective. The next noun. Turned into an adjective using suffix Y. We form this. T-H-I-R-S-T-Y. Thirsty. Thirsty. From thirst to thirsty. Yes. If people are thirsty, then they need a lot of water to drink. Some people feel thirst and they go for other drinks, which may not be recommended. So basically that is it about formation of adjectives using different suffixes. For the activity about this very work, you'll turn to page 27, 28, and 29. That's where you'll get the details of other words we may not have written on the board, and the activities that match the content we have seen. So next is a comparison of adjectives. From formation now to comparison. Okay, still in comparison, we can use suffixes. If you remember the meaning of suffix, the teacher just told you it's a letter or group of letters added to the end of a word to change its meaning. So, in this case, once again, when getting the different degrees, or forming the different degrees of comparison of adjectives, we are going to use suffixes. This time we have suffix er and suffix est. When we use er from P3, P4, P5, that was the what? The moment you got the introduction to comparison of adjectives, the teacher must have told you that adjectives are compared in 3 degrees, where the first degree is the positive degree, then the second degree is the comparative degree, and the third degree is the superlative degree. So in comparison of adjectives, there are adjectives that add suffix er to form the comparative. Then we have those that add other suffixes or other letters before you add er. Okay, that is about the comparative. Then the superlative, basically think of est, and that's the category we want to look at first. And these are normally shorter adjectives. Shorter adjectives. Let me use the word short. They are short adjectives. They are the ones that require to add er in the comparative, then to form the superlative we add est. Let's look at some of them in this list. We have small as the very first one, which changes to smaller and smallest. So you have small. After forming your small, add what the teacher has told you as your suffix er to come up with the word smaller. Smaller is our comparative degree from small. Then add est to small, the root word or the positive degree. Add est, and there we have formed the superlative degree of small. Next we have short, which changes to short plus er, and that is shorter. Then shortest, which is short plus est, the suffix the teacher has given you. Don't forget, always read and master the instructions before you go ahead to form the different degrees. You have to master this. What does the rule say? Using suffix er and est to form the comparative and the superlative degrees respectively. The teacher has told you this only applies to shorter adjectives, and those shorter adjectives must not be ending in e. If it ends in letter e, then you're going to be messing up if you add er. They should not be ending in letter e. Next, you will have old, which changes to older, and lastly, oldest in the comparative, in the superlative. Finally, long, changing to longer, and finally, longest. Longest is our superlative degree. The last word in the list is etc, meaning, and many others, and so on. So there are many other words, other adjectives that are in this category. Think of them. Others you can even master them using your dictionary. The dictionary gives the comparison, the different ways we can compare different adjectives. Superlative, positive, comparative. They are all there. Next category, we are looking at comparison of adjectives. We have doubling the last consonant. Doubling the last consonant. When do we double the last consonant? In fact, you double before you add the er. Don't just double and end there. You double the last consonant before you think of adding er and est as your suffixes. So you have fat, which changes to fatter. Yes. But before you double, think of the consonant. Where should I write it? Maybe this side because I finished using it. We are saying before you double, think of the CVC rule. CVC rule, which has been a song right from P1, P2, P3 up to P6. where C stands for consonant, and this stands for vowel, and lastly, this C stands for another consonant. People who have reached P7 without mastering what a consonant is and what a vowel is, before you say you are in trouble, let me try to solve the trouble you may be in. Consonants, here we are referring to letters in the alphabet. Letters in our English alphabet. There are 21 consonants, 21 letters. So think of the 21 letters in your alphabet. These are 5. If I measure the 5, you will be able to remember that all the remaining 21 letters are now consonants. So I have mastered that. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Now after knowing the vowels, so I tell you, there are 5 people in a room. 3 are men. How many women are there? You should be able to guess. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. 5 are vowels, and they're already here. So whichever letter you think of that is not among these ones is a consonant. So what happens? If you see a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant, the teacher has told you, you double the last consonant before you think of adding ER and EST to form the comparative and the superlative respectively. So let's try it out, doubling the last consonant. The last consonant in this case is T. F-A-T. Double it. Before you add ER. Doubling we are done, now add ER to form fata. Fata is the comparative degree of fat. Then see, superlative is fattest, obviously. Double T-E-S-T. Double the last consonant before you add E-S-T. Next, we have thin. Is it in the same category, CVC rule? The last 3 letters are consonant, vowel, consonant. Because I is a vowel as listed here. Yes. So we double the last consonant. T-H-I, double N before we add E-R. To come up with thinner. And lastly, thinnest. Double N-E-S-T. Thinnest is our superlative degree. Our next adjective is big, which changes to bigger. Follow the rule. Double G before you add ER. Then biggest. Double G before you add EST. Flat, flatter. And lastly, flattest. The flattest district in Uganda. Should be in Eastern Uganda. The flattest district. Okay. ETC, that is, and so on. There are many other words that are in this category. Think of them. When you need guidance, you need a dictionary. You need the dictionary by Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary to master more about formation of adjectives and how they are compared or changed to different degrees. Changing the last Y to IER and IEST to form the comparative and superlative degrees, respectively. That's what we want to look at before we call it a day. Changing the last Y to IER and IEST form the comparative and superlative, respectively. And that means we are going to be dealing with only those adjectives that have the last letter as Y in their positive degree. We are looking at adjectives that have the last letter as Y in their positive degree. Think of them before I start writing mine here. Adjectives ending in Y. We have the positive degree, the comparative degree, and lastly the third degree, which is the superlative degree. So if you think of adjectives that end in Y, words like ugly should never escape your memory. U-G-L-Y. Which other words? Words like lazy. We have lazy children in our classroom. Yes. We have lazy people in this world. Lazy. We have happy people as well. Sometimes when you're teaching this, you see kids telling you examples of adjectives that end in Y. Hey, lorry. Tell them no. Lorry is not an adjective. It is a noun. If it can't be changed into comparative and superlative, don't mention it under adjectives. We have this one, heavy. Don't mention words like tray. Tray is a noun. Tray ends in Y, but it is a noun. We have words like L-U-C-Y, lucky. We are going to form their comparatives and superlatives. Before we look at, there are two categories remaining, then I'll assign you some work to do. Ugly, the teacher has told us to change the last Y to I-E-R in the comparative. So meaning you write all these letters without disturbing them. U-G-L. What's remaining? They have told you to change the last Y to I-E-R in the comparative. I-E-R. And that is our suffix this time round. Uglier. Final superlative is formed by adding, changing the last Y to I-E-S-T. Maybe all these letters, these suffixes appear. I-E-R, then I-E-S-T. For adjectives that end in Y. Ugly, uglier, ugliest. Our next adjective is lazy, which changes to L-A-Z. Don't disturb the last Y. Just throw it away and add the I-E-R. That's your suffix. Forming the comparative of lazy as lazier. Is some people are lazier than others, correct? Then laziest. Laziest is the superlative degree of lazy. Happy. Can you fail to form the comparative of happy? Having seen this, and this, and this, and this. Impossible. Okay. Happy changes to happier. Doubting. Before you bring in anything else, think of the last Y, which changes to I-E-R, and then the last Y in the superlative, which changes to I-E-S-T. So in all categories, you'll discover there are letters that fit almost everywhere. Like the teacher talked about them at the beginning, that is using suffix ER and using suffix EST. We have ER here. ER here, ER here. We have ST here. No, it's EST. Then EST and EST. And this means we were right before. In fact, this is the reason some teachers explained like this. Drop the last Y, okay, replace the last Y with I before adding ER. It's another explanation. If your P5, P6 teacher told you that, he was not just playing around with you, he was telling you the right thing. Drop the last Y, replace the last Y with I before you add ER. Another one can tell you, replace the last Y with IER, which is also okay. Heavy, heavier, and lastly, heaviest. Then we have lucky, which changes to luckier. And lastly, luckiest. Luckiest. There are many more adjectives that end in Y. That Y coming after a consonant. And they follow the same trend. We may not exhaust all of them. Words that change to more and most. Adjectives See? Using, this time not a suffix, this is not a suffix, using more, put in quotes, and most. Now when we use more and most, in this category of adjective we are going to look at, we use more to form the comparative and most to form the superlative degree of those adjectives. What are they? What are those examples? I'll just give you a few examples, then we'll be able to complete the list. One is, okay, we have the positive degree here, the comparative, and lastly the superlative. Where do we use more? Where do we use most? These are the adjectives. Examples, we have handsome, he is handsome, changes to more handsome. That is comparative. And the superlative is most what? Handsome. Most handsome. We go. We have adjectives like beautiful. We have handsome, beautiful. Then if you are not careful, you may end up mentioning ugly, which ugly is already up here in that category, meaning why? Beautiful. We have words like intelligent, other ones like interesting, interesting, more interesting, and most interesting. We have words like active, more active, most active, which words. Arrogant. We have arrogant place. Arrogant. Change it to more arrogant and most arrogant. Think of other words like quarrelsome. 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 Most quarrelsome. I mean more quarrelsome, and lastly most quarrelsome. When you look at them, you'll know why I'm listing, mentioning only one example under each category, apart from this. Words or adjectives that end in SOME are in this category. Adjectives that end in FUL and most form the comparative and superlative respectively. Adjectives that end in ENT, you form the comparative by using more, then the superlative by using most. We have adjectives that end in ING. They are in the same category. Adjectives that end in IVE. Adjectives that end in ANT. This one is already talked about. I believe with that you'll be able to complete the list and to think of any other adjective that ends in this suffix. We have this one. Skillful, which is similar to this one. Hopeless, checklist. Now we add suffix LESS, meaning it is also in this category. Must add the suffixes, then you know any adjective ending in any of these suffixes must change to comparative by adding more, then superlative by adding most. Excuse me. Finally, in our comparison of adjectives today, what we look at irregular adjectives. And what do I need to tell you about irregular adjectives? It should not be different from what your teacher taught you in P5. What did he emphasize? If you can't remember, listen to the teacher. Irregular adjectives are those that change to comparative and superlative without following any specific rule. We are going to put all of them together so that you know that there's no rule you can follow when forming the comparative of this and that and asperatives. So we have the list of irregular adjectives here. We will not follow any specific rule. There's nothing like change this to this, change this to that. We have the positive degree here. The comparative as usual in that order. And lastly, the superlative. I've told you these ones change to comparative and superlative without following any specific order or rule. The first one I'm giving you is this word, I-double-L. The next one I want to give you is this word, B-A-B. Then the next one we should talk about is G-double-O-D. The next one we shall talk about is L-I-T-T-L-E. That's little. What else? We can talk about much, as well as M-O-R-E, and that is more. Which other adjective? Think of adjectives that are not in these other categories we have been talking about. Talk of far. F-A-R. Maybe the very last one. Let me add another far. The last one I will also double it. Old. To avoid confusion. And another old. So let's get the different degrees. The comparative degree and the superlative degree of these adjectives. We have A which changes to worse. Then the superlative degree of A is worst. Next we have bad, which is like a brother to ill. Bad and ill, similar, changes to worse. The superlative, worst. Good turns to better. Good turns to best. That's it, see? Superlative form. Little, less, comparative, and least, superlative. Then much and more are like ill and worse. They are similar. Much and more. This is not much more. It's supposed to be many, sorry. Slight error, sorry. So we have much and many, which are in the same category, changing to more to form the comparative when you read both at the same time. Then most as the superlative. Most. From many for countable nouns, then much uncountable nouns. We form more and most. I have done more work than you have done. From much for uncountables. There are more children in our class than in yours. That is more from many, which is for countable nouns. Because children are countable. We have far, which talks about distance. And it has two. Distance 5 in brackets, changing to farther and farthest. We have far, which can mean more, changing to farther F-U-R. In fact, for distance, we can use F-U and F-A. Farther and farthest. F-U-R-T-H-E-S-T. Farther, farthest. We have old, changing to. We had written something about old, and that is in the first category. That is older and oldest. Okay, let's talk about it as well here. Older, changing to oldest in the superlative. Why am I repeating it? I'm going to tell you. We have old, which changes to elder and eldest. I brought it because of this other comparative and this other superlative, elder and eldest. That's the reason we are repeating this old. This is old, changing elder and eldest for ages in a family. For ages in a family. If you are comparing ages in the same family, you talk of elder and eldest, my eldest brother, or my elder brother. Either can work. If you're talking about people that are related by blood or family members. Then talk of old, older and oldest for other uses. For other uses. You can think of old having its comparative as older and oldest. Briefly, I want to say that's all I had for you about comparison of adjectives. We started with formation, then we went as far as comparison. For activities, about all this work we have been looking at, you'll check between pages 26 and 32. That's where you'll get the assignments about formation of adjectives and comparison of adjectives. Those pages are in our workbooks. Those who don't have workbooks, take time to come to school and pick one. So in our next lesson, we'll be looking at order of adjectives. And in order of adjectives, we'll be looking at the different categories of adjectives and how to assemble them in a sentence, because there is a specific order you're supposed to follow. So our next lesson is about order of adjectives. That's the end of our lesson. I wish you well till we meet next time. Thank you for watching.